Welcome to New Sky TV. Explosive news alert. The sweet couple has achieved godlike synergy. Zhai Yiying's physical affection for Wang Haozhen leads to a gentle pat on the shoulder, leaving millions of viewers heartbroken. Who can resist this? Recently, a phenomenal duo has emerged in the entertainment industry. Wang Haozhen paired with the sweetheart queen Zhai Yiying, showcasing an ultimate sweet romance with a 9-year age gap, directly setting a new high for sweet couples in the Chinese entertainment industry. Their physical attraction is undeniable, and their subtle gesture has ignited the internet. In behind-the-scenes footage, Zhai Yiying's subconscious reaction has caused a sensation online. As Wang Haozhen walked by, she was talking to someone else, but instinctively reached out and gently patted his shoulder. The movement was as natural as breathing. After patting him, she didn't even turn her head, continuing her conversation. Her body recognized his presence before her brain. Netizens instantly went wild. This is a textbook demonstration of physiological attraction. She didn't even realize what she was doing. Her body had already made room for him. More fatal than 1,000 I love yous. A 9-year age gap melts into sweetness. A mature and steady man paired with a lively and sweet girl creates a perfect match. 32-year-old Wang Haozhen, with his 185 centimeters model physique and ancient chivalrous air, exudes a mature and steady charm with a touch of swoon. 23-year-old Zhai Yiying, with her lively and sweet appearance, has eyes that can melt ice. The 9-year age difference doesn't feel awkward at all. Instead, it creates a unique flavor. His gentle way of bending down to accommodate her height, his instinctive protective hand when she jumps, every detail screams pampering. Every scene they share is iconic. Their eyes exchange longing glances during scenes, and their playful banter during breaks is natural. Their chemistry is like a symbiotic system. Even after the director yelled cut, the two of them remained inseparable, making everyone on set smile. They look like a perfect sweet romance drama. Two recent short dramas have become instant hits, stylistically different yet equally addictive. Heartbeat Limited Distance, so sweet it's almost comical. Starring Wang Haozhen and Zhai Yiying, the on-set chemistry is perfect. He plays a cunning yet gentle CEO, she's a quirky assistant. Their physiological attraction becomes a reality. Netizens commented, "Insulin overload, the sweetness is seriously off the charts. My smile is practically touching the sun, the bed is a complete mess." Produced by the same team, yet with a drastically different style. Full of suspense, multiple plot twists, each episode defies expectations. Viewers exclaimed, "My brain can't keep up with the writer's pace." I doubted my intelligence after watching, but I couldn't stop. These two dramas are far from being mass-produced. The production quality is cinematic, the scripts are solid and clever, and the actors' performances are all top-notch. Even more remarkable is their respect for the audience's intelligence. The sweet romance doesn't lower their IQ, and the suspense is logical. In this era of instant gratification, the explosive popularity of the double sweet CP in these two dramas lies fundamentally in their sincerity. The actors acted instinctively, and the team meticulously crafted their performances. Zhai Yiying's subconscious slap captured the soul of the character and touched the softest spot in the audience's hearts. The highest level of sweetness is always the unconscious, instinctive kind. Age difference isn't a barrier, but the perfect temperature difference for brewing honey. Formulaic acting can never compare to a genuine physiological reaction. This is probably the charm of a good work. It makes you believe in beauty, and then you encounter beauty. The blood-packed binding the heart, full of destiny, the pinnacle of sweet and heartbreaking aesthetics. If we're talking about the most destiny-laden setting this year, the blood-packed and Sui Ying is definitely on the list. This contract isn't signed on paper, but rather a burning cinnabar line, winding upwards from the fingertip, precisely wrapping around the heart like a living thing. Every heartbeat is a response to the contract, and proof of the resonance of their destinies. As the background music plays, the patterns on the glass seem to breathe, breathtakingly beautiful, yet excruciatingly painful. This isn't cheap glass candy from an industrial assembly line, but meticulously crafted crystal candy, its translucent sweetness concealing delicate, heart-wrenching cracks. Wang Haozhen's Susuyan is a veritable human enchantress. By day, he's a pale, sickly, and unapproachable iceberg in the business world. When he coughs, his slender fingers lightly cover his thin lips, exuding fragility. But at night, or when alone, that icy shell melts instantly. He secretly follows her with reddened eyes, instinctively holding his breath when she gets close. his fingertips wanting to touch her but then withdrawing. That pure affection and dependence overflowing from extreme restraint is more deadly than any direct attack. This isn't acting, it makes the audience believe that Su Suyin truly exists in the world, clinging to life for love, and reborn because of love. Zhai Yiying's Song Hua Ichuan, on the other hand, is the top-tier counter-seduction master. She's far from being a naive and innocent girl, she's a clear-headed and powerful protector. By day, she's a vibrant little sun, healing his gloom with her smile, but when her bottom line is crossed or she needs to protect him, her aura is fully unleashed, a single glance enough to intimidate others. Most impressive is her effortless counter-flirting. When he's weak from his illness, she pulls him into her arms, her fingertips lightly tracing the back of his neck, whispering, "Don't be afraid, I'm here." When he tentatively approaches, she deliberately takes a half step back, smiling as she watches his ears turn red. This tension of "I know all your vulnerabilities, and I control all the rhythm," this tug-of-war, is simply divine. When their eyes meet, the air crackles, and viewers outside the screen blush, exclaiming, "Is this something you can watch for free?" Even when Su Suyin is unconscious, he unconsciously clutches Song Hua Ichuan's clothes, as if they were the only lifeline in his turbulent consciousness. Song Hua Ichuan, though claiming it was just a contract, would secretly study medical books late into the night, tasting the medicine himself before testing it on him. When the blood pact flared up and the pain became unbearable, he bit his pale lower lip tightly, letting blood seep out without uttering a sound. Yet, the moment she entered the room, he instinctively turned his head towards her, exposing his most vulnerable neck. She noticed, asked nothing, simply sat down quietly, gently pressed his head against her shoulder, and hummed an ancient soothing lullaby belonging to the Nuwa clan. Every glance, every touch, even every synchronized breath spoke volumes. Love is instinct, a physiological rush that transcends contracts in life and death. Sui Yiying hasn't officially ended yet, but the sweet couple has already swept the charts. Rather than viewers are simply following the drama, they are witnessing a grand and devout empathy. We are moved by the flower blooming in despair, and we shed tears for two lonely stars finally meeting. This isn't just about indulging in sweetness, it's about recharging your faith in ultimate romance. So, if you haven't fallen for it yet, please prepare the following: stock up on insulin to resist the sweetness, have tissues ready for unexpected heartbreak, and most importantly, manage your heartbeat. Because Su Suyin and Song Hua Ichuan's story will, in a gentle yet domineering way, etch a unique and sweet contract on your heart. Ultimately, what makes us so captivated is the flesh and blood, the soul, that the actors bring to their characters. Wang Haozhen and Zhai Yiying, with their almost instinctive acting, tell us that the highest level of performance is making the audience forget about acting and only see two people in love, tightly embracing each other in the torrent of fate. In the final trailer released by the director, there was a scene that made the entire internet burst into tears. Su Suyin stood on the edge of a cliff that looked like the end of his life. Behind him was the darkness of his family's fate, and in front of him was Song Hua Ichuan's tearful hand. He did not hold it immediately, but asked softly, "Hua Ichuan, your life is so long, will it be a loss if you give it to me for several decades?" She smiled and cried, and handed her hand forward half a minute. "Su Suyin, living without you for the rest of my life is a real loss." The sense of fate broke through the screen at that moment. It turned out that the sweetest thing was not "I love you," but "I dare to use everything I have to bet on a future with you." What happy life teaches us may be this kind of courage to be sweet to death. In a script that knows that the ending may be incomplete, I still choose to love, hurt, and care with all my strength in the present moment, where every heartbeat is at the same frequency. What Xiangshan CP weaves with his acting skills is not only a story, but also a mirror, reflecting the most primitive desire in our hearts for extreme affection. Their stories are yet to be continued, and our belief in love is also rekindled at this moment. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.